From Idaho's News Channel 7, this is Friday Night Football.
Let's go. Week 5 of Friday Night Football. Tust alongside Brady, Frederick. A fun Friday. Plenty of upsets and a few outcomes that you would probably expect.
You know, and it's this time of the year where teams, you kind of start to figure out where everybody stands, but there are still plenty of surprises along the way. This one maybe went as planned tonight, and what our voters decided would be our game of the week. It was a very happy homecoming tonight at Eagle High School. In fact, it's a special celebration, the school's 30th ever homecoming. What better way to celebrate than to face off with your rivals from a few miles down south? Mountain View in the house tonight. End of the second half, the Mavericks trying to get something cooking on offense. Henry Nelson fires a shot downfield. Brody Munson has it in space, and they get the Mavs a fresh set of downs. About 2 minutes to go, but that Eagle defense was relentless. Nelson trying to make some magic with his feet, but Roman Walker is all over him to get him down for the sack. The Mustangs would prevent the scoring drive, preserve a 35-0 shutout at halftime. By the way, check out Coach Clough with the drip tonight. Those are the Jordan 3 Pine Greens. Look good, feel good, coach good.
Color coordinated.
Yeah, you got to be color coordinated. You know what it is. Into the third quarter, Eagle takes the kickoff. Aaron Zerno finding some seams to attack, breaks a tackle, breaks another one. Nearly took this one to the house, but he did give his team some great field position. From there, quarterback Austin Ramsey going to work. They had a lot of success through the air tonight, but this one, all number 2. Look at the footwork, hitting these guys with the shimmies. Not just finesse. Look at the power on that hit as well. That's as pretty as it gets for an 8-yard gain. That lined up Eagle right in a scoring position. Ramsey rolling out. This time, he's actually going to show off the arm. It's a little low. Check out this diving effort from Zaya Wright. He comes down with it. The refs took a sec to talk it over. Eventually, the touchdown alarm sounds. Fire truck very active tonight. Look at the little guy. Got the earmuffs from his parents. That's important. It's very loud. All right, this one got out of hand. I got one more play I got to show you, though. Next drive for Eagle. Ramsey dishes it off to Noah Burnham, who dishes it right back to Dallin Snooks downfield. The double pass ran to perfection. A nice welcome back game for Noah Burnham, who's been sidelined with injury for a while. Dominant performance from Eagle yet again. They send the alumni home with a happy homecoming, winning this one 52-14.
Let's get you on over to DLP, where Capital took on Timberline, and people showed up to watch the Wolves show out. Start of the second quarter.
Yeah, Timberline's Hudson Lewis scores on an explosive 40-plus yard run to the end zone. That's a good way to get things rolling. On the following drive, Capital's Braden Dudley throwing a pass over the top. He's looking for Nate Ortega, but instead, that's caught by Timberline's Benton Bates, return for an impressive run. But Capital would stop the drive after Timberline's quarterback, Jack Brandt, attempts a run, loses the football, gets it back in the Eagles' hands. Into the third quarter, Timberline is going to have an answer, though. Shelby Idle scores a touchdown on a slant route, adding another one to the lead that they've got going. Gets a little bit of a chirp from the referee. He tells him, don't celebrate into Carson Cloud's camera. Don't be keeping Carson down, man. He's trying to get the money shots like that. Timberline taking care of business tonight. A 21-0 victory over Capital, and a pretty important one. As the boys who are joining us in studio will tell us right now.
Yeah, first one in forever over Capital, literally forever, because the last time Timberline beat Capital, the guys that are joining us right now weren't even alive. Timberline Wolves joining us in studio, and we'll start with you, Jack. You're the QB of this thing, right? You run the show on offense. You guys won one game over the last 2 years. To sit here tonight at 4-1, how good does that feel?
I mean, it feels amazing, especially all the hard work we put into it. Being one win in 18 games is pretty hard, but then when you come back and win 4 out of 5 games, it's pretty nice. It feels pretty good.
To beat Capital now, I mean that's a long time coming. 2005. I mean, my goodness, how will you guys celebrate this thing? What does it mean to win this game for Coach Smart, who has been here forever and gets his first win over Capital?
I mean, it means a lot, especially Smart's never beat Capital before, so getting that win for him, it shows a lot for us.
So in addition to a great turnaround that you guys have put together this season, you are also rallying around one of your teammates who has been unable to play after a broken leg. Tell me about Joe and what he means to this group.
Yeah, we all love Joe, and he's been a part of us for all year, all off season. He grinded with us. We have the utmost respect for Joe, and he was in this leadership group, and we really miss him, but it brought us together, and it really it's making us be a family, and Joe's still on the sideline cheering, and it's great.
I was there last week when it happened against Meridian. Unfortunate, Joe. We're thinking about you, and Coach Smart said that this is the 7-member leadership group of his team. You'll notice only 6. So Joe not here tonight, couldn't make it, unfortunately. But what is it about this group here? How were you guys picked to be the leaders of this team, and what does it mean to you to be in this position?
I mean, it really just comes back to like us buying into what Coach Smart wants us to do, and it's just doing things the right way, working hard, grinding, and our coaches chose us to be this, and all offseason we talked about what we wanted to be, and now it's just putting that into action.
What'd you talk about?
Just like how we're going to go about things, like practice, how they're going to look, how it's going to be different, and just our culture and like what we value. One of the things we talked about was committing to each other.
I love that. You know, Ian Smart, what a nice guy. Every time we get to interact with him, he kind of has the qualities I think we talk about Spencer Danielson with a lot. It's very clear how much he cares about the student athletes, you guys, the entire team. Just what's it like to be led by that guy, and especially, you know, get some wins on the field this season?
He's a great coach. You know, he pushes every day at practice. There's never like a time where he's not like watching and pushing us. Like all of our coaches are amazing. We got Coach Bates, gets us fired up. Coach Martin pushes this D-line. All of our coaches worked harder like than they ever have before, and we all love them. Yeah,
you're reaping the benefits of it right now. Hey, Aiden, I got one for you. What's it like going to school right now, and how much pride do you guys take showing up on Monday knowing you did some work on Friday?
Man, I'll tell you one thing. Last year going to school was not a lot of fun.
I bet.
And going to school this year, you know, being used to telling everyone, hey, we're going to beat this team, hey, we're going to beat that team, and just people laughing at me and, you know, like we got no chance. It feels really good this year, like saying, like, hey, like even this week, like people are asking me, are we going to beat Capital? I have a lot of confidence in our guys and our coaching staff, and I tell these people, yeah, and they believe me. Like, it's a weird feeling, you know? I don't know. It feels awesome going to school after winning some of these games for the first time in 2 years. It's awesome.
You certainly earned this feeling, though, man. Like, what did it take to get to this point?
I mean, like Cole said, I think I give all our thanks to our coaches who take all that time out of their days, and like they don't have to do that. They're choosing to do that because they want us to get better. And like I said earlier, Team 25, 0-9, Team 26, 1-8. Like that's not what we're about. That's not what we want like people to think when they look at our school and they look at our program. Like all we're trying to do is get that Timberline's not a football school thing out of the window. Like that's no more. I hate that.
Love it, boys.
So, I mean, as we take a look moving forward, 3-1 in the, or I guess 2-1 in the battle for Donald Larson Park. 4 wins already in the season. Playoffs still very much in the picture. As you guys look ahead to Middleton, Centennial, Rocky Mountain, who looks very tough this season, what do you guys look forward to in these final 3 regular season games?
We're looking forward to being physical. All these teams, they're all big, fast. So we just got to make something happen. And we just got to stay locked in, one game at a time.
What do you think this team can accomplish, Austin?
Oh, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
It's not often you guys get to go to the playoffs at Timberline. I mean, it's not.
It's not often.
It's not, but this team feels like it's a special team that could absolutely do that.
Special group, man.
What is it about Jack Brandt that makes this team go?
So our quarterback, I'm actually the backup quarterback. I did get a few reps. Today. So,
oh boy,
let's go.
He's Superman. At the end of the day, he's Superman. He makes all the plays happen, and just love him, man. Next door neighbor too.
Hey, Jack, one for you, man. You seem like you are playing with a ton of confidence right now. Where did this come from?
I just think it's all the practice we've done. Like we've been practicing all summer long, all like off season, and it's just like I have a lot of trust in all my guys. My like coaches have great plays. My guys run the good routes, catch the ball. I just have confidence in everybody.
I mean, your teammate just said you look like Superman out there. You feel like Superman? I mean, I watched you on the road at Meridian last week, and you seem to have no problem putting the cape on.
Yeah, I'm a big Superman fan.
Guys, this has been awesome. I appreciate it. How do you celebrate? Like, what do you guys do to celebrate? Like, do you take the night at least? Like, how long does this last? What do you do?
Well, usually we wake up, got to get film in, but we got tomorrow off due to homecoming and then the Powder Puff game, so that's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
But we got to get back to it on Monday. I mean, got a big week with Middleton. It's gonna be a battle. Just excited to get out there, back on the field.
You guys ref the Powder Puff game, or how are you guys involved in that?
No, we coach it.
Coach it.
We're the coaches.
Okay, who's the best coach? Who's got the best Ian Smart impersonation?
Well, we got self-proclaimed Aiden Messerschmidt over here.
All right.
I think he's the best.
What do you got, Aiden? What's your best Ian Smart? Former Boise State football player. We know that he bleeds blue. He's got a chip on his shoulder, as I'm sure all of you guys do. What's your best Ian Smart impersonation?
So Smart runs a weight class at Timberline.
Okay.
And what's his thing? It's at the end of every introduction that he gives, he says the same three things. He says, what does he say? He says, anybody got any questions, concerns, or clever anecdotes? And every single time, nobody responds. And after nobody responds, he then says, ready, set, swole. Freaking awesome. I love Coach Smart. Can't get much better than that guy.
That is awesome, right? All of my teachers would never have been asking for clever anecdotes.
No.
They were trying to get me to stop talking.
Hey, it's so important to have fun while you guys are doing this, because I know it's a grind. So, hey, homecoming week, you said so, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
Dance tomorrow?
Yep.
Well, get out of here tonight, guys. We appreciate you joining us here on Friday Night Football. Ian told me that you guys would not just be an average group of high school kids that will walk in here and not have answers for our questions. It's been a pleasure having you guys on, and go get after Middleton next week.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
The 4-1 Timberline football team.
Yeah, it's been
Super
incredible
impressive.
to watch.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to some highlights here. Middleton, again, Timberline's going to have to go take on the Vikings next week, but they're off to a 2-2 start. Meridian kind of limping out to a 1-3 start. They have played some tough games. Heck, they just lost to the Wolves last week. We'll see if home field advantage can factor into this one for Middleton, though. The Vikings driving right down the field early on. Right down near the goal line, running back Jake Perez takes the snap and powers his way across the goal line. That made it 7-0 in favor of the Vikings. The Warriors would come right back. Zeke Martinez, the perfect touch to the back of the end zone, lands in the hands of his wide receiver. That knotted the game up at 7. This one remained close, a back-and-forth battle all evening. Let's focus on Jake Perez, though, for just a second. A physical runner all game, but here he uses his speed to bounce to the outside before being bounced out of bounds. A little bit later on, they would eventually hand him the ball, and he would go into the end zone. 14-7 in favor of Middleton at that point in time. Meridian comes right back. Like I said, this one went down to the wire, but Middleton comes up victorious. 31-30 the final. The Vikings improve to 3-2 on the season. Meanwhile, Meridian 1-4. I did not see that coming, Brady.
I did not. I think they'll bounce back, but man, heck of a win for Middleton. All right, let's jump over to Rocky Mountain High School. It's a beach party tonight, or maybe it's a luau, I'm not sure. They're taking on the Centennial Patriots, and they were wasting no time lighting up the scoreboard. Tayshawn Reese doing the bulk of the work to get to the goal line, so they let him cap the drive off with the short touchdown run. By the way, you see him yelling right there? He's not yelling into a different camera. He's celebrating into the goalpost. Hey, whatever works, I guess. The Rocky Mountain defense certainly working as well. Third down, Centennial takes a shot way deep, but this one is actually going to be pulled down by Trey Jacobson. That was already his second interception of the game. Not even halftime yet. Rocky wasting no time getting right back to their scoring ways. Caden Kimball Turner having a heck of a day. He committed to play for the University of Wyoming this morning. Then later tonight, breaks out for a massive touchdown run. Hey, they recruited him as an athlete. I'd say that play looks pretty athletic. Big things on the way in Laramie. All right, finally tonight, right before halftime, Centennial punting the ball away. Take a look at the effort from Jeff Thompson. He's been a great playmaker. He takes this one all the way to the house. Final guy to beat right there. Only problem, definitely got way too much in the punter's business. Definitely a penalty. They had to call it back. Still a good play from number 1. Love the effort. In the end, Rocky storms to the W, 56-10 over Centennial.
All right, let's head on out to Cuna. Owyhee looking to bounce back after suffering their first loss of the season a week ago against Borah. The Cavemen were ready for a fight tonight, down 3-0 late in the third quarter. Yes, you heard me right. Cameron Hickman cuts back, goes up inside, and moves the ball down inside the 5 for a first down. 3 plays later on 4th and goal. This time they get it to Hickman out on the perimeter, and he wins. Cuna takes their first lead of the night, 7-3, with approximately 7 minutes to go. Going the other way, the Storm try to get something going on offense unsuccessfully. Casey Neff almost forces a fumble right there. They ruled an incompletion. Either way, the Cavemen get the ball back just moments later after a failed fake punt attempt. And then this would happen with 2 minutes to go. The nail in the coffin. Cuna upsets Owyhee tonight, 14-3 the final. What a performance by the Cavemen.
The primal way, baby. That's what it is. That's why you wake up at 4 a.m. over summer to go to practice.
I thought it was a little early, especially when I went out there. But, hey, Coach has those guys playing really good football right now. And Brady, they're tough. They are tough. They play defense. They run the football. And they got Owyhee on the ropes there at the end. And they had their way with them.
Yeah, like we've been saying, man, it's wide open. It's any given Friday night. We've been seeing some exciting finishes. You really can't pick a favorite in any of these.
I mean, in the last 2 weeks, I've seen Timberline win at Meridian, Cuna win at Mountain View, and Cuna win over, the game we just saw against Owyhee. I know it was at home, but still, man, that's an awesome couple of weeks.
Don't put yourself in the spot. You're going to start sounding like a bad luck charm for all of those other teams.
Yeah, but a good luck charm for the other teams.
That's true.
That's what I'm going to go with. I was on Cuna sideline tonight. Mostly that's just because it was the quickest way in and out, but whatever. Hey, let's move along now because I know we talk about a big matchup on the blue tomorrow. Undefeated Washington State taking on 25th ranked Boise State at Albertson Stadium in front of a sold-out crowd. But on Thursday night over at Donald Larson Park, we kind of had the high school version. Borah hosting rival Boise on homecoming. Both of these squads entered at 3-1 and riding a wave of momentum with the Lions up 14-zip in the second. The Brave go for it on 4th and goal, but they come up empty and turn it over on down. So a little bit later on in the game now, Dylan Lukenga going up top to Mason Monteleone. He toe taps the sideline, comes down with the TD, hands in the air, 21-0 in favor of the Lions. Second half now. Boise trying to mount a comeback. Couldn't get a lot going on offense, so here their defense rises to the occasion. Logan McDonald gets the interception down deep inside the red zone. It wasn't enough, though. Borah comes up with a win, 28-13 over their rivals.
Man, so is Boise State Borah or Boise? That's important if you're going to compare it to last night.
I will wait to tell you tomorrow.
Right. Skyview at Nampa, third quarter action. The Bulldogs are driving down, and they take a 3-touchdown lead right here. Number 4 breaking a tackle, taking it all the way into the house, and they were feeling it early tonight. Well, Skyview would need to find a change of momentum. They get it right here on the ensuing kickoff. A huge gain to set the offense up in prime field position. Now just a few plays later, they were going to take a look to try and capitalize on this success. This is a heck of a run right here down the sideline. Takes a whole gang to bring them down. This is what we were talking about, though. They hike the ball. Quarterback finds wide receiver number 6, but after the touchdown, which he gets the touchdown, there is a flag for excessive celebration. You gotta
let
keep
the
it under
kids have
control,
fun.
guys.
I'm just kidding. You have to call that.
But also, it's supposed to be fun. Yeah. Flipping sides, Nampa looking to match drives with a score of their own. They changed the line of scrimmage with some success right there, but eventually Skyview coming up with a big-time interception. And then when they flip sides to the offensive side of the ball, they go right down to the run game, get a solid chunk of yards right here, working to perfection. Later on, they cap this drive off with a touchdown pass to, once again, number 4, Nampa. Takes this one 31-28, down to the wire in the 5A class.
A last-second field goal got it done for them, a walk-off winner for Nampa. All right, at the 5A classification, We go now 3-1 Columbia, traveled over to 3-1 Bishop Kelly. Might want to ignore the records, at least going into this one, because as we go back to the Bishop Kelly Knights, how about that? A big hit. But that was Ben Avella going up over the top to Dom Woldhouse. Dom would be okay, hangs on, first down, few plays later. BK goes to the ground. Ryan Arellano coasts across the goal line for 6. The Knights absolutely dominated all 3 phases of the game. We give you a little bit of defense. William Sashi blows up this little reverse. That backed Columbia up even deeper into their own territory. And on 4th down, BK adds 2 more to the scoreboard with the block punt safety. William comes up with the block and gives us a nice little wave to the camera. Yeah, nice game tonight, bro. Following the safety, the Wildcats kick off, and Enzi Myricks houses this kickoff all the way back right into your living room. Up the gut. He's got plenty of buddies blocking for him. The Knights make this one look easy. They led 43-0 in the second quarter and would go on to cruise from there. Bishop Kelly wins 54-0 the final.
Yeah, they are looking tough. All right, finally tonight we are out at Ridgeview High where the Warhawks looking to defend the home turf against the Caldwell Cougars. Ridgeview getting things started with the run game, powering through the middle of the field. A nice pickup of yards. That'll move the chains. Well, soon after that, the Warhawks are going to go up through the air. They hook up for a touchdown throw right here with this pass coming in. That's a nice.
That's another southpaw, by the way.
Right,
yeah, another southpaw too. Saw one from Skyview. Ridges got one as well. A couple of little Kellen Moores running around here.
Yeah, I'm always rooting for left-handed people. We don't get enough representation at quarterback. I didn't do anything to help. Right, later on, Caldwell on offense. All night the Cougs were struggling with penalties. They also struggled to get the air game going. The ball is deflected, almost caught for an interception. But the Warhawk defense just bringing the big hits, the big plays all night, including this interception for a touchdown. In the end of this one, Ridgeview taking care of business. They blank Caldwell 38-0.
Good win there for the Warhawks. Hey, let's look at the scoreboard now. Valley View finally getting a chance to play at home. They beat Emmett tonight as the Fighting Shea McClellans keep on rolling. Fruitland 61-13 over Cole Valley. And if you like a lot of points, go down to Minico because they blasted Burley tonight 64-17 the final. Yeah, kind of blowouts galore here on the scoreboard. Homedale making easy work of Payette 59-7. Go back up top. Nampa Christian and Melba, kind of a close one, but Nampa Christian gets by Melba 20-14. And we got a final, it looks like, I believe. I'll get confirmation. I don't know if we do ties out here, but on the scoreboard it says right now, Horseshoe Bend and Council knotted up at 6. Garden Valley over Salmon River 56-26, and Tri-Valley beats Cascade 58-20. And we do, I believe, actually have an update on that game.
On the Horseshoe Bend game?
Yeah.
It was actually, yeah, we had an error on our graphic. Council won that one 58-6. It is a little, it would be pretty
Were they ever tied at 6?
It would be pretty strange for an 8-man football game to end 6-6.
I was surprised. That's why I was saying. I don't know if I believed it, and I shouldn't have believed it. Council, again, just to reiterate, 58-6. Over Horseshoe Bend.
Impressive stuff. One score that actually Danny promised me she would put into the statewide scoreboard.
Wanted the super regional, local.
We wanted the countrywide scoreboard.
The countrywide
and we wanted to expand it beyond the high school ranks. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights coming up with a big one over the University of Washington, 21-8. I think they're 7A.
7A, okay.
They're 7A. Just a slight.
Oh, so they're going down to play the 3A schools in Washington.
Yeah, it's very kind of them.
All right, sweet.
Shout out to the state of New Jersey.
I'm looking this up. I'm trying to really quick. It looks like it was Makai Venegas, the kicker for Nampa, they got the walk-off win against Skyview. Just got some video in. We'll try to post it online if we can. At the very least, I'm going to tweet it out. But that was a 31-28 victory. Nampa walks it off against Skyview. Makai Venegas with the big-time kick there for the Bulldogs, who now are above 500. I saw the Bulldogs. They're the first team I saw all year play. I thought they looked really good. They are tough. They got a couple of guys that can really roll, and I know their quarterback's been injured in and out of the lineup. We'll see how that moves on going forward, I guess. But getting back to kind of the theme of this season, especially the 6A classification, it has far from been a predictable season, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we knew that Rocky was the team to beat, and Eagle wasn't far behind them coming into this fall. But outside of that, like the traditional powers, like Meridian, I mean, they've perennial playoff contenders, state championship game 2 years ago for that matter. Mountain View, another perennial power, and both those teams right now really struggling. I believe both of them are only 1-4 on the season.
You know, parity is good for all levels of sports. It's great to see a team like Timberline able to turn it around. Unfortunately, someone has to be on the losing end of that. I still really do have a lot of faith in both of those programs to turn it. I still think Zeke Martinez is one of the best quarterbacks at the high school level in Idaho, maybe one of the best we've seen in a long time. Of course, you can't ever put it all on one guy. It needs to come together as a team.
Yeah, I feel like Zeke's got he's playing so hard right now, and he's trying to do it all every single snap, it feels like. Great player, talented kid. I think Meridian does get back in the fight here down the stretch. I absolutely agree.
We have had a lot of fun, though, knowing you when we roll out to get under the Friday night lights.
You have no clue.
At all could happen.
Yeah, again, really proud of the Cuna Cavemen, like going out there and it's funny when we go out and do these stories. I mean, culture is such a buzzword. You hear it everywhere, right? And you know, I even got back and we were kind of talking about it. New coach from Texas and some of the things and the philosophies that he was implementing. Well, he's not talking about culture. He is culture. He has implemented culture. They have changed the culture, and they're 3-2 right now, which is a big deal for them. I mean, they always kind of hover around 500 and really try to make playoff pushes. But you have to go back quite a few years to where they were like a team to beat, and they were even down at a lower classification when they won state.
A dominant team of what became the 5A class.
Yeah, and coming up to the upper classification, haven't been able to kind of duplicate that success. But hey, man, they might be on their way. They play defense. They run the football. They don't, you know, at least when I've been there, haven't turned the ball over. They don't do anything to beat themselves, at least, again, from the times that I've watched them play.
I love when a local team kind of embodies the spirit of the town or city that they play in. Cuna is so physical, they're so gritty. And I love you got the coach with the Texas connections coming in there, bringing things in like early morning practices, a physical pound-the-rock style of football. Do you think he's rewarding them with a nice Texas barbecue after big wins like tonight, though?
Well, I certainly hope it's not a 5 a.m. practice because they'd be up in 6 hours.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
That'd be tough. It'd be good, though. Hit the barbecue up. Shout out Luke Wolf, the athletic director out in the Cuna School District. Rocky is still the team to beat.
You think so?
I think Eagles coming. I think Eagles continuing to get better.
The return of Noah Burnham is really what makes it. It's going to make it tough to determine where I'm going to put my #1 vote when the new poll comes out on Tuesday afternoon.
Noah's a problem. Noah's a problem. There is still one person in the state. You know who it is? I don't know. We don't put him on the spot. There's one person in the state.
Silly.
I know exactly. There's one person in the state that has Eagle as the #1 team. It's been Rocky nearly unanimous, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah. So there's
some people keep bringing in like Coeur d'Alene and stuff. The people up north don't know ball.
I was a little surprised. There are only 2 teams in the 6A SIC, excuse me, right now, in the state rankings. Like in terms of like either being ranked or in the receiving votes column.
Yeah.
It is only Rocky Mountain and it is only Eagle. Outside of that, it's teams from all over the rest of the state.
It's almost like what the Pac-12 what became their downfall. There's too much parity. These teams are beating up on each other, and it makes for some exciting football. Here's the deal, though. You get into playoffs, polls are out the window. None of that matters. It actually doesn't even really matter before. It's max prep rankings, and that's a whole controversial deal as well. But, you know, just win games, get into postseason, see what you can do. Go prove it on the field.
How much fun was it having the Timberline Wolves in the studio tonight?
Oh, it's always a blast.
We usually try to line up the winner from like a Thursday night game or something like that to get in here. Borah won last night over rival Boise. Shout out to the Lions, who are as hot as any team right now. But we've already had them. So hit up Ian Smart. Hey, Ian, you guys mind joining us tonight? They get on over here. They busted from DLP. Join us live in studio tonight. What a blast to have them.
And agreed to it before knowing the outcome of the game. How about that confidence out of T-line?
I know Ian's a baseball guy too, so we do believe in superstitious stuff. But you're exactly right. That's how confident he is in his team.
Hey, they got every reason right now.
4-1, and Jack Brandt's the real deal, man.
Oh, for sure.
He is a really, really good quarterback. Already has an offer from Idaho State. I wouldn't be surprised if some more schools come along and check him out. So check out our highlights as well as our interview with the Timberline Wolves. We'll get that all up for you at KTVB.com. If you missed any scores, make sure you hit up our website as well. Zach Armstrong is continuing to populate that thing probably as we speak. So we should have everything you need to know right there.
Of course, we got to give a shout out to Danny Olsop, our fabulous producer. Happy Eagle homecoming to Zach and Danny, as well as our photographers tonight, Austin Boyd, John Mark Crum, and Carson Cloud, who continues to tear it up on the field, getting better each week, just like Timberline seems to be getting better each week. He shot that game last
punching
night.
the buttons. We got a great crew here on Friday Night Football. We appreciate them staying up late with us. We appreciate you staying up late with us. And let's do it again tomorrow, at least to some degree. We'll be over on the Blue live at 7 o'clock on KTVB.com, KTVB Plus, all of our streaming platforms for Bronco Roundup Game Day, getting you set for kickoff between undefeated Washington State and the 25th ranked Boise State football team. Sold out crowd at Albertson Stadium tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely electric. We'll see you then.
The dawn of a brand new rivalry.
The Snake River rivalry. For Brady Frederick, I'm Jay Tust. This is Friday Night Football. We'll see you next week, everybody.